So we have the Mexican City Grand Prix now. This one is, I would say, in the same level of difficulty of Austin. The only difference is the AIs are probably going to be able to finish. So our big warning zones, or zones that we have to pay attention to, are the start, since it has a very long DRS zone. Then we have section or turns 3 to 4, another DRS zone. This one's a little less scary since it's not as long, but it does come out from a chicane. And I have history of not getting past there, so it's definitely something we have to watch out for. And then we have sections 7 to 11 that are high speed corners. I don't think I'll be able to push as fast as the map saying, like around 170 kilometers per hour, but we can do something similar, and we'll need to do something similar. After that, we have a small DRS zone from 11 to 12, and that zone goes into a very complicated set of turns from 12 to 17. Very complicated. It's a mix of mid speed to low speed, and pushing too much on any of the corners will send you off since there's not that much wiggle room. So I've run through some trials of it. The biggest places I'm going to try and make pushes is between 17 and 1, which is the straight, and then some parts of 3 to 4. I think it'll be a little harder to pass in the chicane, same with the mini high speed corners, but if we can manage our speed and stick with them, we could get them in multiple of the DRS zones. So it's mostly going to be as close as we can, stay with them around the corners, and then push in the DRS zones. So hopefully it goes well.
Okay, the lights are on. Good luck, mate. Perfect first lap, mate. That's just what we're looking for. Keep going. Gap to the car behind is 1.1. Gap to ahead is 1.4. Gap to the car ahead is less than half a second now. Final lap. Nice job, mate. That's the checkered flag, and that is a podium finish. Well done. Handled yourself really well out there.
Okay, so this is post Mexico, which was really strong result. I think it may have been a little too aggressive there. Got more contact than I wanted, but other than that, it was strong. We managed to get a good amount of people in the straights of Mexico, and then we held our line relatively well throughout the turns and defended through the different turns throughout it. The second last turn, But the second last section was the hardest part. That's because the AIs kind of dive bombed me there. They carried like a ton of speed, more than I did. So may have gotten a little caught up there. But other than that, it was pretty good, and we got the performance we really needed. So the next one's gonna be Interlagos. Now this is gonna be another wet one, so it's gonna be rough to, if I'm being honest. The car is not as good as I thought it would be in the rain, unlike the second last one I did in the rain. Or I forgot which track it was, but there was one I did earlier in the rain. It was not as bad. Interlagos is a very corner heavy track, and with this car, we have to make sure we're careful on the throttle and stuff like that. Hopefully, we manage to, again, like stay in at least around the top five, because we are 199 points, so we're 42 points ahead of Dwayne. With only 3 races left, we have very, very good shot. But any like terrible performance can just mess us up. Because if Dwayne gets like 2 first, then he's ahead, and I get nothing. So we have to make sure we're getting points, but we don't have to worry about too much again podium finishes. I would say like somewhere in the top five is still good enough to keep us ahead, even if Dwayne finishes first. We want to have we want to be completely secure in Abu Dhabi, so Interlagos and Las Vegas are going to be the deciding factors. So hopefully we pull it down there. Mexico was really fun track. I think next next time I'm doing this, which is going to be sometime next year most likely, going to be rocking with Ferrari, and I can't wait to do it with a stronger car. So thanks for watching and have a good day. Um, um I don't know what I was gonna say there. Yeah.